Greetings, awesome beings. How is everyone? Campbell here. Thank you all for joining me. Wow, people here already. Who have we got? Joe Blogs, hello. JK Kaj to join now. Bernie, Shane Thompson, Annie Mansfield, hello. The Curious Gemini, nice. Yes, you did make it. Art Manda, hello. How you going? Welcome. Rhiannon, John Chesworth, Cool Hand Puke, hello. Hans, hello. Corey, Shelley Beach, Nus, Phoenix Protocol. Oh, I think we have a Jason fan. John Doe, The Wicker Man, Natalie Wrangler, hello. Watching from Bangkok, nice. No doubt nice and warm and wet over there at the moment, as it always is. John Doe, Two Sons Hoff. Oh, is that like David Hasselhoff? Monster Roller, hello from, what's AKL? Alaska? No, that doesn't make sense. What's AKL? Let's try and make that one. Michael, how you going? Stay safe. Leela, Darkness 1984, Jess Palmer, Grand Rising to you. Hello from Ontario, Canada. Oh, thank you, Sally. I love you too. Aaron Beamish, hello. Miles Phillips, good evening. Yes, it's evening where I am, so good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you be across the realm. Oklahoma City. All right. I always think of the Wild West when I think of Oklahoma City, but I'm thinking it's probably not that. Don't know why. Greetings from the States. Shari Cox, how you going? Kiwi MacArthur, Henry Maldonado, hello, Las Vegas. All right. Geez, that's out. Isn't all your water disappearing? And the lake, what's the lake called? I've forgotten, but it's it's sort of about, God, I think it was probably 2 weeks ago, and it was like dropping. Sue Holton, New Zealand, hello. Meltdown Under, Brisbane, hope you're coming to our event. Tartary Australia event is on in just over a month. So you can get your tickets at tartaryaustralia.com. Rhonda Butterfly, hello. Newport, what's NC? It's not New Caledonia, is it? Gosh. Yes, two Oklahomians. Is that what you're called? Oklahomians? Jim Dillinger, the great snake wrangler, is here. How you going? Lynn Jones, another New Zealander. All right, New Zealand is showing their colours. They're all here tonight. Haven't seen King Dave for a while. Someone asked me where King Dave was. Dave, what's his channel called? I can't remember. Actually, I think he changed it to Self-Educated New Zealand. That's right. But yeah, I saw he's still doing videos, so he is definitely fine. Tamika Watts, hello. We build forests. Hey, welcome. I hope it is fun. Thanks for being here. Paula M, hello. Bob the Builder, hello. Hippie Shake, thank you for being here. Of course, the world's best admin, Hippie Shake. Wow, 35 degrees where you are, Jim. So are you still in France? It's actually cloudy now, but we had two sunny days. It's spring here. Well, it's supposed to be, but it has not sprung. Who have we got here? Hippie Shake. I plan to be at the Brisbane event. Oh, right. Awesome. Oklahoma are called Okies. Oh, or Okie. Okie dokie. Had to feed the dogs. Well, you have to feed the dogs. Michael Stille, does tartar sauce come from Tartary? Oh, is it because cream of tartar can be used to grow piezoelectric crystals? Can it really? I did not know that. But I would say that it has its origins in Tartary. Yeah, all these things like tartan. There's heaps of them. Tartaric acid, tart. There's a lot of tart words Noticing old buildings having odd placed doors and the doors not seeming to fit right. Yeah, no, they're it's because they're all at the wrong level and they have to, yeah, sort of rebuild them all. I need to sleep, but I'll try for a bit. Well, you can't sleep. Phoenix Protocol, this is going to be exciting and fun. Ahoy from Acadia National Park in Maine. Welcome, Abby Oz. And you're in Maine. Well, there you go. You're not in Oz. Jimmy God from Ireland. Welcome. End of summer, yeah. I mean, the whole northern, or the, what do we call it, the inner circle, is going into winter. And I saw a video. I tried to get it, but it wouldn't let me. Wouldn't let me download it. But it was just a guy, and he showed he had two arrows facing the same way, and he got a glass of water that just covered one of the arrows, and he put it in front, and the arrow that was covered in water changed direction. And he was saying that's why, you know, there's this whole question of why does the sky rotate in a different direction in the outer ring. So there you go. No, Dave's still around, Bob the Builder. He's not in jail though. He may be. He was quite outspoken about those masons who like to be free, shall we say, over the last couple of months. So he was getting a bit of heat on him, but no, he's still there, doing interviews with felons. Is his surname Felon? I don't know. He's got a channel called The Felon Show as well. Dave Weiss uses that arrow video a lot. Oh, does he? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I've only just seen it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Who else we got here? Ian Henry, Scotland. Hello. I hope you're working on something nice and fun, not at a job you don't like. Just saw Paul Cook just had a live, and he's basically he's gone full time. He's like bugger that job. I'm not turning up anymore. I'm now what is it? Paul Cook, Hidden History. So, and that's the thing, you know, we can all do this. It's a new earth, right? We've got to get this information out. Like, people have been selling bad information for forever. All right, so shall we get in and have a look at some stuff? Get this show rolling. Let's make sure that I am actually prepared, because I may not be. Oh my God, I've got so many tabs up. This one. Okay, so let me do. All right, here we go. Let's share the screen. Not this one. Okay. All right, so this is Gallica, and now these pictures you may have seen before. And I've got blow-ups of them all, but they're pretty cool. No doubt. Was it on the cover? No, it was a different one, but that's a fairly, well-known one, and it's just called Fort. See at the bottom it says Fort. Actually, let's click on it. I've got all these downloaded to go through later, but I'll just show you this one to start with. This is a good site too if you're looking for old books and pictures. Gallica.fr, because it's a French. And as you can see, at the moment, hang on, I need to move that. At the moment, what does that mean? Down the bottom here, it says Fort. Now, look at the size of these people. These are people, all right? This is a big coin, but look at those people in comparison to this structure, right? These ones are next to, a huge door, but then there's, that's a window. It's sort of smaller. I've got a cannon, because it's a fort, right? So we've got cannons on it. But I mean, it just looks like a nuclear power plant, really. But you'll see this. We're going to go through some of his photos. This is Boullée, but these buildings are so massive, it's ridiculous. Now, if I click this, can you guys see that? Can you guys see that I've changed the screen? Yep, you can. Cool. Okay. So this is some of this guy's pictures. Boullée, okay, French neoclassical architecture architect Etienne Louis Boullée, 1728 to 1729. That says Joseph de Maistre. That's not him. Okay, so you've got to check your sources, right? You might think you're getting chili when you got tomato. So that's obviously not him, but that's his name. Look, that's the same dude, Etienne Boullée. Maybe that is him. I don't know. He looked something like this, apparently. So, Etienne Louis Boullée, born in Gay Paris, studied under Jacques-François Blondel. How's my French accent, hey? Germaine Boffin and Jean-Laurent Leguier, is that how I say it? Leguier, from whom he learned the mainstream French classical architecture in the 17th and 18th century, and the neoclassicism that evolved after the mid-century. He was elected to the the Royal Academy of Architecture in 1762 and became the chief architect for Frederick II of Prussia. Now, this dude, he did all these, amazing drawings, and they are, they're not really architect drawings, but he sort of shows, cross sections and things. But the story is that he was just this architect who was designing things, and they give him a few things like actual buildings that were built. But he's this famous dude, but he's really just famous for these drawings that he's done. Like, I don't know if he's actually, this is the Hotel Alexandra, which is attributed to him. But that is so far away from the drawings that we see. And as you see through here, that's it. There's two buildings, Hotel Alexandra and the Hotel de Torrellas, which, I don't know, let's see what that looks like, hey? Oh, okay, it looked like it might be this. Homeless families, I don't know, but whatever it is, oh, this is one of his pictures. But I don't think that is the inside of the Hotel de Torres. So, Etienne Boullée wanted originally to be a painter, but following the wishes of his father, he turned to architecture. He studied under these people, blah, 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 neoclassicism. In all, he taught for more than 50 years. Okay, so despite his innovative neoclassicism of his executed works, Boulée achieved a truly lasting influence as a teacher and theorist through his atelier past masters and blah, blah, blah. So he did, that's what I was saying, he didn't actually design that many buildings that were built. So he was a teacher, basically. And he's this really famous dude. So you can find a bit out about him. This is, what did he actually build? And there's nothing there. So what we'll do is I shall stop sharing and I shall start sharing again. And we'll have a look at some of these pictures, and you will have seen, where are we here? You will have seen some of these, but they're just, you've got to ask yourself, were these designs that he was doing, or, what are we looking at here? I mean, are these people? Sorry, that's not the best contrast, but that looks like people down there. So the size of these buildings is what really gets me. But as you can see, this is a cross section. He shows all the ceilings and that, but it's not an architectural design, is it? It's not like it's not a blueprint or a design that you can build anything off. It's because you get architects these days, but you also get designers, and is what they call designers? I think so. And they just sort of draw the buildings to show what they'll look like. And that's sort of more what he's doing, but he's touted as an architect. But these things, like, And I don't know that if any of, I mean, like I said, I don't think any of these were built. So is he, documenting buildings that may have been around? Because he was around in the 1700s. And just all these amazing buildings, and that they just look so much like the architecture that we see everywhere, right? Just on a massive scale. And they all look very machine-like. I mean, this, apart from looking like the Tower of Babel, it's a big smokestack, right? This is a machine. I mean, what, So what was he doing designing all this stuff? So I think that's the cross section. No, that's a different one. That's a conical. Oh, wow, these are people. Look at this. Maybe that is the Tower of Babel. Who knows? But yeah, look how big the people are. They're tiny. And this is in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around it. I mean, that's if it's these are supposed to all just be, drawings, right? Architectural drawings, more cross sections. Just all these amazing buildings, but very, what we would call old world or Tartarian, all got domes and pillars and arches and the porticos, and look at the size of that dome. And so what's this building even designed for? Looks like it's so the speaker literally stands where this is, right? And it just sort of amplifies the voice out maybe. But what is this? What are they doing with this in the 1700s? I mean, what's he trying to design? And why is it, so amazing that he becomes this amazing teacher? Got our twin poles here, our twin columns, Joachim and Boaz, pyramid, right? Pyre, fire. I mean, look at this stuff, and again, look at the size of the people. But I mean, in this one, this door, it's not that much bigger than them, but look at the size of this building. And of course, this is the other thing, right? Look at, all this facading. It's what we see all over, the World's Fairs, right? And of course, tons of the buildings. There's another one, just ridiculously oversized. This was on the thumb, I think. And this is another fort, of course, right? Because it's got cannons. I mean, why would you build a fort that's literally just an open gateway? I mean, come on. Oh, okay, what are these? Some robot sentries or something up there? Now this thing. This is basically, it's like a planisphere, those places where you go in and you look up and see the stars, see the sky. And it's quite large. We've got some, okay, there's another pyramid. I'll see if we can find, this, okay. Hang on, God, they're just not in order. This is inside that thing, right? So it's a massive planisphere, and apparently you come in and you sort of stand here and you look up at the sky. Look at that. How would they paint the inside of that? What's this, right? The sun? I don't know. Cuda Cenotaphy? Newton? Don't know. So I'm going to go back because we skipped a few. But that planetarium thing, this thing, weird, right? And these are, look at these drawings. These just look like machine parts, right? Magnetrons and things, and turbines maybe. I'm not sure. Record player. But these are like, the insides of these buildings. I think that is the bottom of this thing. And look at this. It's a pyramid with a massive dome inside it, which has got more domes inside it. And again, just hugely oversized. What's going on here? So, I mean, this is the question, are these real? You know, are these depictions of things that used to be? Because we've all seen these, you know, huge oversized buildings. You know, Penn Station is a classic example. It was so massive, but they ripped it down. So has all this stuff been ripped down? Because 1700s, he's either got this from book, you know, this is if they're not from his imagination, then he's got them from books or from real buildings, right? But I mean, stuff like this. We've got two atlases holding up, and of course, what does Atlas hold up? Not the world, like they try and tell us, but the heavens, the stars, the what's it called? Like the astrological belt. Bibliothèque Nationale. So it doesn't really say much about this. Probably got something in French there. But again, what's this building? What is this? What's it for? I mean, ridiculous, right? But these could all be machines. I mean, this round bit, that might be the thing with the big magnetron turbine thing in it. This thing, I mean, I don't know. Is Burns still in chat? I can't see. He might have a better idea than me. And these are what we get as like floor plan schematics. But again, you know, there's no measurements really on this. We've got a sort of a little bit at the side here, some kind of scale, but that's not what you would give to a builder when you're saying build me a building. You know, it's a floor plan, but it's got no measurements and stuff to build by. So it's more like it's a reproduction, like someone's gone in and copied a floor plan, just drawn what's there. That's, you know, I'm not saying that's true, but that's what it looks like. And here's that fort again, right? That's a doorway. It looks like this is the other side actually, because this is different. Weird, right? Another one. Is that the same one? Floor plan. Now this is a classic. This is, you see this everywhere. All the big cathedrals, they're all based on this cross layout. You can see them from the sky, you know, on Google Earth now. When you look at them from the top, this is what you see, which is very interesting, right? The cross, obviously, you know, the Christian church has taken a lot of these over. There you go. That's, what is that? Washington. Project de Legalise de Magdalene. Okay, some legal thing, Magdalene. Massive dome. And here we have a cross section. So, I mean, again, look how much sort of, you know, what's the function of this? If this, look at all this space, this is most of the building, all this bit here. But what's it for? You know, if it's not for collecting free energy, which it, you know, who knows, can't see too much in there, but then what else is it for? You know, I would say that they're all machines. And why not, right? A bridge with boats as pillars. Pretty cool. And again, the same kind of facading that we see all over the World's Fair, especially at the especially at the World Expos and World's Fairs. This is Project Dupont de la Place Louis XV. There were lots of Louis. And this is inside one of said buildings. Is this a library? Because that's a lot of books. Look at that. But I mean, look at the size of this place again. I mean, but even, okay, he can just reach the top shelf, this guy, I guess. So again, is this just a repurposed building and they just turned giant seating and no giant stairs into bookshelves? Because look at the size of this thing. For what? I mean, you would think you wouldn't design it so acoustically because, you know, if you're reading, you want it quiet like a library, right? Project, what? Le Grand Discernment of the Bibliothèque. Okay, yeah, so it's a library. Cenotaphy, something hit. So this is this massive reactor looking thing, and look, 4 poles around it. Now, we've seen this kind of layout a lot on the ground, but also on tops of buildings, right? Where you see the point, you know, the spire in the middle and the 4 smaller ones on the outside. You see that a lot, that layout. And of course, join them all together and you get a pyramid, which is what that is. Oh, okay, pyramid central. Okay, this is a wall. Look at this. All these pyramids are built into the wall. Now, there's one of these in Italy. I believe it's still there. And it's like this, like a pyramid like this with a wall coming out of it. So again, you know, is this a depiction of something that was real? Is this the kind of stuff that got taken down? I mean, or is this, you know, who knows, right? Did they cover this up, and is this now what we call volcanoes? If it was a massive reactor? I don't know, just throwing it out there. This again, this is inside that planetarium thing. They're all standing down, and you can see the massive size of it. And of course, you know, did that turn? You know, because you would think if you were going to build something that big and amazing, you wouldn't just paint a, you know, static sky on it. And there we go. That's the end of the pictures. So here I am. I am back. Hello. Sherry Ives. Hello. Welcome. Sherry Cox. All right. That's the Sharries. How you going, Moss Phillips? Red Axe John. Oh, Red Axe John. Is that what it is? Cactus. Hello. Nineveh of old, looks like. Yeah. Nineveh is how I say it. Nineveh. What isn't she a goddess? I should read a book, like the 10th Planet, and the 10th Planet was called, oh no, actually that wasn't Nineveh, that was Minerva, sorry, that I'm thinking of. My bad. Marumali, how you going? Is that how I say Marumali girl? Hello, welcome, Miss Tate. So what do you think about those? Oh, there they are. About those pictures, pretty interesting, hey? Johnny Man, how you going? Miss T May, Misty May, haha, I gotcha. How you going? George, hello. Right Mo, Brit Mo. Trying to work out these names. Hello to you. Thank you for being here. No Curve, hello. Yeah, what do you reckon about those pictures? Do you think that they are just a figment of his imagination, and everyone thought that he had such a good imagination that he should become a teacher and teach architecture? Or do you think maybe he's depicting things that were around, or things that he found in books, you know, old paintings? What do you think? Let me know. Matthew, how you going? Welcome. Ryad Owens, hello, welcome. Is there a link for the Gallica book? I can, if I can find it. I can give you the Gallagher page, which has just got heaps of his pictures and stuff on it. I shall post. Did that work? There you go. Link to the Gallica book, so you can go check that out. The guy's name is Boullée, Etienne Louis Boullée. So pretty cool, interesting stuff he's got. But you know, we see this a lot, and you know, 1700s. Where was he getting these ideas of? You know, it just looks so technological, right? Technology-wise, and also all those pyramid type things. Makes you wonder about the pyramids we still have, and also, you know, what do you reckon? Could that be the source of some of these volcanoes? Maybe. Just don't know. There were no vanilla skies in the pics. Lots of clouds. That's true, but they were drawings as well. Remember, they weren't photos. I saw one. Who did it? Conspiracies Are Us, and he showed one of Beeg's photos, stuffed beagle, and like you can literally see, and I've seen a couple of them. You can literally see the cuts they've done across buildings and things. But the one he showed was just blatant. But Yeah, this whole vanilla sky thing is another thing. The whole dates, we don't really know when any of this stuff came from. We're just sort of depending on, what's written on the web page or what's written on the picture or the photo. But, we know what's happening today, right? You can go and change stuff. You can put up wrong information. The library looked like it would hold an airship. It did kind of have that shape, didn't it, Shari? Indeed, it did. And, I think airships were a massive part of the old world. Milk Down Under. That's sort of what it looks like, right? He was documenting what was there before they destroyed it all. Who knows? Pyramids under Area 51. Misty May, Mars? What do you mean, on Mars? Where's Area 51? That's in, is that Nevada? Have you read the Book of Enoch? Yes, I have, Monster Roller. It's been a few years, but I have, yes. I've read lots of those sort of extra canonical books. The old world is all smashed up. This is what it looked like. Yeah, I think so, Jim. I mean, this is the thing. We live in this smashed world, this smashed realm. So what was actually smashed? We've got a lot of talk of, mountains maybe being buildings. Maybe they're all machines because, I don't know that all these buildings were actually buildings. And I definitely don't think all mountains and that kind of thing were buildings, but some of them could be. Like I said, volcanoes could be as well. Trinity for you, hello, welcome. Thank you for the link. No worries. Kathy W, how you going? Could it be where we are, the one with all the little domes under the big dome? Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I saw that one too. It kind of reminds me of that, the Puddle Earth map. Who knows, right? Who knows what this is all depicting? Because the thing about those buildings is they're so massive, so massive. Mountain Cat, how you going? Good morning. Fallen angels, angelic, technically possible. Yeah. Well, yeah, the fallen angels and the story, and they name the fallen angels in the Book of Enoch, and say they came down and taught, apart from the whole giants thing, taught skills, right? Taught technology, taught makeup, taught cooking, taught, all these other different sort of crafts. So who knows? And we also have that same kind of story in South America with Quetzalcoatl. He was a white bearded dude who apparently came and brought technology and taught people. Were they good? Were they bad? We don't know, because everything we've got is all an opinion, right? It's all from a certain perspective. Magic, how you going? Again, welcome. Ian, hello. Good to see you too. Who have we got here? No One's Flower, hello. There is no truth without contradiction. No, yeah, I agree. Nice name. I've been hearing people saying there is nothing new under the sun, like it has more meaning lately. Well, it's because it makes you sound so wise and stoic. Yeah, I mean, I think it's also, the people, whatever you want to call it, consciousness, energy, something is rising. People are becoming more aware. Is that the right word? So this is the thing. I was thinking about the word awake, right? Awake. I'm awake. Awake is a party you have when someone dies. So do we want to be awake? I don't know. I mean, I suppose you'd say that the old you died. Who knows? But something's happening. So, and people are starting to realize there is nothing new under the sun, but it also makes you sound very clever. Dragonfly, good morning. Welcome. Juresh Hill, hello. Halo style, yes. Paula M. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting. I can put these on the screen. How to get better at my life, right? Like the Book of Revelations must have happened before. Yeah, well, God, it feels like we're running a script, doesn't it? It's just getting weird. Hitch, how you going? Thank you. Hope you're having a great day. Anunnaki from South America too. Yeah, well, who knows, right? We showed in the last Tartaria Australia podcast, is that what it's called? Live? I don't even know what to call that show. The Paramount Pictures, the start of their logo thing, symbol at the start of the movies with the 22 stars coming down and they circle a mount, right? The Paramount. And of course, the 22 fallen angels were supposed to come down and land on a mountain. So, and of course, it's all entertainment, enter the taint of the mind, entertainment. A without a wake is still sleeping. A without a wake is still sleeping. Yes, that's true. Same page. Yeah, wake for the dead. Yeah, so yeah, wake for the dead. Oh, yeah, I've got to do this. Mr. Breeze, hey, how you going? Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, guys. I've been found out. I shouldn't have clicked on that one. I'm Illuminumi. You found me out. Yes, they sold me out and told me if I got that many subs that, I don't know, something would happen. So I'm still waiting. No, actually, what I am is, I think I'm the speed of the sun. Is that right? Is it the speed of the sun? Hang on, I was going to do this before I went live, and I ended up being late. So I didn't, but is it 666? Is it 600 as a speed? Let's see what we get. 66,000. Is that the speed of the sun, or is it 660? No, it doesn't look like it's the speed of the sun. But it is. We need Dave. Where's Dave? It is a certain speed. Oh, Trinity. Oh, there you go. So look at this. Please subscribe. Who's that? Whose channel was that? I don't even know. Everyone go subscribe to that channel, whoever it was. Oh my gosh, so many comments. Pyramids are tough to destroy in their solid form. Yeah, must have been a lot of force to dismantle these structures. Yeah, well, the stories of what it took to take apart Penn Station. Apparently, they had real troubles with that, and even the old glass houses in England, because they were just built so well. Enter retainment. Yes. What's the other one? Entrance. Enter. Trans. Right. Entrance. James Gillian says we are moving into a highly energized place in space. Yeah, well, I don't believe in space as far as we're told what space is. I think the energies are definitely in this space are definitely rising. Schumann resonance has been rising for the last couple of years at least. Well, more than that. It's actually been going mad. Deanne Pierre, hello. From Q's first post to the Lizard Queen dying 1776 days. That's a hell of a coincidence. It is. And also, when the Queen died, she was 96. Now, the number 96, when you look at it, if you turn it on its side, it's the sign for Pisces. So is it signaling the end of the age of Pisces? Who knows? What else did I have to say? I had some things to say. That was one of them. The other one is Karen's Diner. I'm going to have to show you. Have you heard about Karen's Diner? And I'll also put this in. Hang on, let me copy. Okay, I may have to share screen again. So this, I'll drop this in the chat. This is for anyone in, now I'm not sure. I think it's definitely UK. Might be all of, well, it says UK. So anyone in the UK, this is called Don't Pay UK. So I'll share my screen. And hopefully it's there. Yes. There you go. 187,000 people have pledged to strike. So they want 1 million people, and it's all so that, you know, against this, right? The rise in bills, and basically people are refusing to pay them. So if you are in that situation, and in the UK, go and check that out. And this, Karen's Diner. You can get great burgers and very rude service. So get ready to live out your Karen dreams. Someone's actually opened up Karen's Diner, and they have all these people walk around acting like Karens, and they abuse you. It's an interactive diner, and with an absurdly fun experience. At Karen's, you will be greeted and waited upon by rude waitresses and waiters, forced to play a variety of games. Karen's Diner is a place where you can complain until the cows come home, because we literally don't care. So there you go, 100% rude staff, handcrafted burgers, and alcohol. Always a good mix. And of course, you know, people are already losing their minds over Karen's Diner, saying, how dare you, so rude. But they used to have stuff like that back in the 80s. They used to have, you know, rude. I forget what the one in Perth was called, but they had one of those. I think, was it Dirty Dicks, maybe? I don't know. But somewhere where you'd pay money to get abused, basically. Oh, don't you hate it when you forget to drink your coffee, and when you go to drink it, it's just not quite hot enough? 271 of you here watching. Thank you for being here. Deanne, how are you going? Dies on the 8th day of the 9th month. Oh, okay. Was that Queen Lizzie? And then, of course, now we've got King Charles III, who was best mates with one Mr. Seville, first name Jimmy. Need I say more? So, out of the fire into the frying pan, right? Is that right? Out of the frying pan into the fire. I can't speak. Who's saying anything here? What's this? Ritmo, how you going? Imagine how much they're going to spend on the fake funeral for. Yeah, well, exactly right. Maybe it's just a good way to siphon more money out. Who knows? Hello, Trizika. Welcome. Hitch, what if you find a... stop eating? That's what I do anyway. Richard Trainer, how you going? Kicking back, enjoying 420, listening to another awesome subject. Thank you. Nostradamus wrote down that this was going to be the last reigning monarch. The world will see. Yeah, well, I was thinking about that. And I've heard that. And many people, you know, especially, you know, back in the 90s, didn't want Charles to ever be king. They wanted him to be sort of passed over for Willie, Big Willie. I mean, I think that Lizzie's been gone a while, and that what we saw, you know, over the last sort of year and a half was probably not her. And so this date must be significant. And yeah, I mean, who knows, right? He's hoping maybe he'll get coronated. It's hard to say though, isn't it? So it's kind of like the Trump thing, right? They were saying he was going to be the last president. So, excuse me. Veggie burgers are chock full of chemicals. I would say, I mean, it depends what the veggie burger is. If it's a veggie burger, normally not that bad, but all these sort of vegan stuff that's all made from soy, I would be staying away from that. Oh my God, there's a lot of comments. Just skipped about 50, sorry. Sorry, I need to cough again. I can actually see the God of the Old Testament blessing the old bat. Yeah, Yahweh. Mahweh or the Yahweh. She was a hologram. Yep. There was also that footage where she disappeared. No, that was the Pope, wasn't it? Whoops, that was the Pope. excuse me. Yeah, when she did the last, what was it? She read something, and she normally wears glasses, and she didn't wear them. The last time that she read a speech. There, Aussies got it. The Earth orbits the sun at 66,600 miles per hour, or so they say. So there you go. I'm not the Illuminati, I am the Earth. Yeah, it's a very good question, Jim. We all know back, the young Charles was known for his ears, and he had some big old ears on him. And normally when you get older, don't they say that men's ears get bigger? They're the only part that keep growing. So they should have actually got bigger, but they do seem to have got smaller. Interesting. The radio in the UK at the moment makes you want to climb into a tree. Don't do that. Some only English throwing can do certain new rules. Yeah, exactly. But it's all, the whole king thing. Oh, thank you. The king is dead. The king is wearing no clothes. There's so much king stuff. Well, this is the thing, right? Obviously, Joe Brandon, if that's even him, he's definitely not, anything, right, is he? He's definitely not voted in. Autodidactic, you need to sub to Trinity 4. He did some interviews with Martin Liedtke, Dave, Stellium 7, and Conspiracy Music. Well, there you go. Who is Trinity 4? Who's he really for? That's what I want to know. Well, actually, I'm feeling left out. Should I be offended? Why didn't he ask me to go on? That's what I want to know. What is it Trinity 4? I shall remember that. I'll do it now so I don't forget. Still, I'm deeply offended, I must say. Deeply. How about a mug with a lid? Oh, for my coffee to keep it warm. That's a very good idea. That's what I need. Actually, you can get proper thermo mugs too. He was the last president. Fee. I don't know who Fee is. But yeah, it looks like a lot of things are about to fall, doesn't it? So I think we're definitely at the end of the reign, right? Jim Dillinger, the Snake Wrangler. If you are not subscribed to Jim Dillinger, go and subscribe and check out his amazing snake wrangling skills. Howdy doody, Cheech McDuck. Hello, thank you for being here. Yeah, he was done by the elephant, man. That dude could literally jump off the top of his palace and fly. He won't be King long. I don't think so. Lixid breath, doubles, clones. A lot of these actors are going to be out of jobs soon, I think. In chess, the queen protects the king. That is and is more powerful. Indeed. Samsung FE, hello. Nice to see you. Estelle Larson, welcome. Charles will be merciless on the peasants. Yeah, well, I still don't understand why people like the royals and all this stuff. What have they actually ever done? The Queen was on the throne for 50 years? No, 70 in the end, I think, wasn't it? 70 plus. Is England better? They're still starving people on the street while she lived in a mansion. I just don't get it. Don't get it. Yahweh sounds a lot like the phone company. All right, those phony nations. Who are they talking to? Hello, Noel. Alexis Shaw. How you going? Gaspar. Is that how I say that? Gaspar? What's that bit on the S? Gaspar. Kanoni. In Slovenia, we said space. And it means all the oil. Vesolje. So we are bubble in some sort of bottle. Yeah, okay, some kind of fluid. So space means oil in Slovenian. There you go. Thank you. Is that Lady Queen? What, Charles? Yeah. Well, you know, the king. Honey lemon drink. Yes. Yes, no, I'm all good. I have had a bit of a cough. I've noticed lots of people have had a bit of a cough lately. But no, I live in a self-healing machine, so I'm fine. Insidious Anti-Mason. Nice name. He. Robert Cushman, how you going? No one's failure has been what? Oh. Okay, I've missed something here. Oh my gosh. Okay, 311 of you watching now. There are so many comments here. Edna Bell, hello. 79 plus years, really? Wow. That's a lot. A lot of years to do nothing, right? Is that the lady he was cheating on Diana with? Lebowski dude, Dorino, hello, welcome. That was Camilla, wasn't it? His now wife is who he was cheating on. They were both married, you know, to other people, and they were having an affair for 10 years before they got divorced to their respective partners, and they married each other. So they're good people with good morals. Yes, he definitely is. Old King Chucky Chuck. King Chucky, right? And we know to be scared of Chucky. Yes, I agree. The last time I vomited was one. Oh, gosh. Well, I mean, that'll do it. You know, maybe just yeah, I wouldn't watch that stuff. I just got up. I'm on the dome part. Oh, if you're familiar with Albie Wiseman, I've heard that name. She had a client that went to quantum hypnotherapy. She said we will have healing dome. Well, there you go. Maybe that was, yeah, what they were. Maybe because it definitely looks very techy, that stuff, doesn't it? Yes, royals. I always think of, you know, Port Royal, what, you know, pirates, right? Is that where they all came from? Because, you know, I think what we're working out is, you know, this whole invasion, shall we call it? It hasn't happened that long ago. And I was thinking about it today, you know, because we talked also on Tartari Australia about the what is it? Elon Musk's space. What's it called? Not SpaceX. You know, the satellites for internet. It's like the one from Terminator, and I'm having a brain fart. Skylink. Skynet. And, you know, a lot of people, you know, think, oh, it's this nefarious thing and they've got all this tech and blah, blah, blah. But I don't. I think it's just literally just internet repeaters, because if they had all this tech, look what they're doing at the moment. They're going for broke. So if they had all this amazing tech to do all this stuff that they want us to believe they've got, they would be using it. Clearly. Because what they're doing is not working. So I think it's just all crap. It's just all a story. So all this, yeah, I wouldn't be worried. I think everything they say is a lie. Everything. Well, they tell Charles there is no more money. Well, apparently it's all in the Vatican now, right? Apparently God needs the money. Who knew? Yeah, right. And if it is for Joe, because they just released that movie, right, 2 days ago. What is it? Hunter, the one about Hunter. Which I don't think people are happy about. A lot of people. Serena, how you going? Welcome. Nice of you to join us. Paula, hello to you as well. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. Starlink, there you go, Starlink. Yeah, I think it's all just literally just satelloons, right? Just repeaters, just like instead of towers, they just fly them in the air, so they can eat. It's cheaper to get them over the deserts and places. The deletes. Deanne Laurent. I tried to sound cool and stuff that up. Deanne Laurent, how you going? Jamie Jam, hello, Skynet. And what was it called in Terminator? Was it Skynet? Skynet in Terminator, and it's Starlink now. Okay, I've got it. So yeah, a lot of people were trying to make that comparison as well when it first got, God. And now it's when it first got announced they were going to do it. A lot of people made the connection to Terminator, and oh my God, it's up there. It's going to have lasers and kill us. But I really, if they had the tech to do that kind of stuff, they'd be doing it, and we'd all be living in FEMA camps. Those domes did look very waveguide, like to concentrate. Yeah, healing frequencies. Yeah. I mean, or who knows, energy frequencies, healing, sound. I mean, frequencies, right? Did you see that a superstar mentioned you in a chat on Friday? What? Did you see that a superstar mentioned you? Is that supposed to say in a super chat on Friday's Salty Restream? No? He's what? In a super chat? Are you serious? In a Salty stream? Which one? I'm going to have to go back and watch it. Really? Wow. That would be awesome if wow, okay. I think actually someone contacted me and said, do you mind if I mention you in I guess that was them. Do you mind if, and I didn't know what they really meant, but I didn't know they were going to super chat. Wow. That is so awesome. I may have to say, if you don't know what the Salty stream is, what are you doing with your life? Is my question. Salty Cracker. Go check him out. He is still on YouTube, but mainly on Odyssey, on Bumble. Hello, Disciple of the Messiah. I agree. Thank you. Just be autodidactic. And if you are, then you've got nothing to worry about. If you think for yourself, then no one, can sway you. It's not like you're going to watch something and they're somehow going to infect your mind and you're just going to come out thinking what they want you to. It's just, you just go, well, that's crap. And there we go. But yes, Disciple of the Messiah, I agree. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Diana. It's so hard to know these pronunciations. My childhood was playing in boarded up Georgian 3-story 5-bedroom houses. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, wow. And you still get that today, right? Were they empty houses? Because, excuse me, how weird is that though that, they had all these, they still do. They have empty houses and we've got homeless people. Mad, but we have kings and queens, right, who apparently don't want to do anything about it. Lady Lux, good morning. 17 trillion he will inherit, not a penny in inheritance stack. Really? What? Chucky Chuck? Jeez. oh, so do I to join now. Oh, I hope everything's okay. Sorry, I missed what you were saying. They need us fearful. Yeah, they need it. Yeah, well, that's, yeah, exactly right. Fear, and this is why they build society, so they can give us all this false stuff and then take it away and create fear of lack, right? Because now no one knows how to grow food, so they can, they can say, well, there's no food, but we're shutting down the supermarkets. But 100 years ago, that wouldn't have affected anyone because people didn't really use supermarkets. They grew sort of 80% of their own food. Oh, there you go. Hippie Shake has put up Salty's channel. Go check him out. What do you mean? That's rude. The salt must flow. Dave from New Zealand, the protest going hard in Wellington. Yeah, doing that. Yeah. Is he still out there? I haven't seen him doing any protests recently, but I know he was a couple of months ago. He was hard into it. Learn about squatters' rights. Yeah, whoa, yeah, squat, and they're still in Australia, right? Then there's all these new laws that we're learning about. There's also obviously, what are they called? Gosh, that other thing. But yeah, there are lots of ways that we're learning to get land and these different things. But what we need is someone who's actually does it and sort of shows the process, because there's all these videos and all this stuff. You can do it. But what we're lacking is people who are doing it. Yeah, Alex Stein, is it the big time? He has, number 99. Yeah, what to say, right? Obviously, he's staying away from the old FE at the moment, but you know, clearly he's been paid now. He's got a job, so. But he's still getting a lot of good stuff. You don't always have to talk about FE, but will he turn, right? Will he turn into Joe Rogan? Who knows? Backyard veggie growing. Yes, we should all grow backyard veggies and front yard veggies, side yard if you wish. The Queen is dead. Sorry. Well, yeah, there is a thing to do with that. But the other thing is, especially in Australia, is the whole fraud of this fraudulent government, which is actually a corporation, was hinged on they created the Queen of Australia and dropped the Queen. And there's no Queen of Australia. It doesn't exist. So there was a lot of talk that it's going to affect that, because they're now going to have to try and fake this King of Australia who doesn't exist as well, right? Because Chuck's the King of England. Yeah, so I think Alex is doing well, And it's like with anything, when you get out into you do have to play the game a bit, and you get out as much as you can. It's just, I hope he doesn't sell out, but I don't think he will. I'm waiting for land prices to fall. Yes, so am I. I need to get some land. I need to get out in the country. Yeah. Little whiskey, how you going? Wee. Tard. Oh, Tracy Roberts. I wish we grew some vegetables. Well, it's probably harder where you are too, because it's very cold where you are, isn't it? There you go. Cheech has been growing veggies all summer. Veggies? Really, Cheech? Veggies? Okay. We'll believe you. Did you know that the Queen's casket is lined with lead? Really? So, yeah, exactly. Didn't they do that to vampires so they couldn't rise from the dead? Interesting. King's Law. Queen's Lord, blah, blah, blah. I mean, let's hope it does something, right? Let's hope it does something. Backyard veggie sounds like a euphemism. Come on, it's all those cucumbers out there. Gough Whitlam, yes, exactly. Gough. Go Gough to get off, right? As if Red Mercury not reflecting his trick photography. Well, we don't know. I don't know. I haven't got hold of any. There's also the whole, does it push gold away and attract garlic? Who knows? The thing about Red Mercury is it's a fourth stage element. So it's not, how do I say it? It's like it's not fully in this reality, really. So it has very strange effects. And we just don't know, and this is the thing, being autodidactic, if you don't know and you can't prove it, well, why would you say no? Because what it does is it closes off any possibility in your mind of any other things. And you may be right, but you may be wrong. We do not know. I mean, what's magic, right? The Land Enclosure Act and the starvation of people all over the UK is not mentioned in history. I have not heard of it. Land Enclosure Act. Ooh. Will he take the royal yacht for his coronation tour? Who knows? He may go to Antarctica. The worst thing is that they now have a king who, yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Andrew's on camera saying that he's proud to be the descendant of Vlad the Impaler, who was the inspiration for Dracula. Of course, the story we get is not the actual story, but still. There you go, Lady Luck, side yard veggies. That's why I included him. Want you to feel left out. a king who wanted to be reborn. Yeah, well, no, it was his dad. His dad wanted to come back and wipe out 90% of the population as a V, right? Oh, what are you saying there? Russell, how you doing? Good to see you. Russell Williams, yes, is that right? Nice to have you in the stream, mate. How are you? Samsung Flat Earth, we are doing Cambell. What? We are doing Cambell and breeding our own fish too. You're doing Cambell. I don't know how I should feel about that. Little steps back a bit. Oh, God. Okay. Thank you, I think. Okay. Serena has a sexy husband called Richard, trainer who she loves and wants to do a birthday shout out to. So happy birthday, sexy Richard, from your wife Serena. There you go. Potatoes, carrots, courgette, cabbage, lettuce, green. That sounds like a rap. Potatoes, carrots, and a plum tree. Nettle soup, yeah. See, yeah. I don't. Is that stinging nettle? I mean, I know people do it, and it's actually supposed to be really, it's actually quite curative. But stinging nettles, I have to know how to handle them, I guess. I thought I saw a video where they're saying, "Oh God, hopefully not." Oh, but, yeah. Oh well, that's okay. More cucumbers next year, hopefully, Ian. Jason Potter, how you going? Didn't the royal family have a slightly different genetic code? Something about RH blood type? I mean, yeah, there's been rumours that going around for a long time. Obviously, we've got the whole blood thing, RH negative and positive, and we have, they're called the blue bloods, right? The blue bloods and the red bloods, which of course is also lines up with the red shift, blue shift, and all that kind of stuff. But what we do know is blue blood, like cuttlefish and things have blue blood, and it's because it's copper based. So who knows? Is that why, because there's been intermingling? Is that why we have this RH negative positive thing? And oh my gosh, I've missed about 1 billion comments. RH negative mothers can't give birth to RH positive babies, and vice versa. It's weird. Very strange things in our genetics. Oh, there you go. Nettle soup is nice. Not in Saving Kingston. I know, right? So do I. I mean, yeah. I don't think God would, the creator God, I don't think would be into that. Yeah. Oh, gosh, that's what we need, Kenneth. I agree. We need a flash mob, right, to get into the inauguration. Oh, gosh, I keep clicking. Comments move too quick. Royal deceased. Yeah, deceases. Species deceases. I think they used mercury in Queen, didn't they? Yeah, Queen's a lot of mercury up until the 90s. But we know that if you spin mercury, the silver mercury in a gyroscope, spin it around, it levitates. You get levitation effects. And it's also works like an amplifier. It amplifies signal. So probably in drawing down ether, sending signals, all that kind of stuff. There you go. Heart problems. Eat fresh washed dandelion roots. And there was a really good channel, I don't know, I guess it's still around, called Eat the Weeds. And it goes into all that, how all these weeds that we just, pull out and throw away are actually probably the best stuff growing in the garden. So much twa again. What? What's twa? Garlic causes blood to ball up when it comes into contact to a cut. Really? Causes blood to ball up. And vampires are repelled to it. Is that normal blood or vampire blood? But yeah, exactly. This is why they call red mercury vampire blood, because repelled by garlic, apparently. Yes, Freddie Mercury. Indeed. A nice one. Yes, very good. Very good. Good for number 2. Cheech McDuck. All right. Twa is 2 Old Scots. It's 2 in Old Scots. Sorry, okay. Twa. There you go. Twa. It's almost like French. Twa. Is that twa? No, it's deux. Oh, God. What's twa? Twa is something. Anyway, all right. Where are we going here? Oh, wow. 111. There you go. How's that for timing? God, better than 666, I guess. It's all numbers tonight. What I wanted to have, I do have something else here that I've just wanted to have a bit of a look at. I just sort of found it kind of interesting. And this is called this one, I hope. Yes, the construction of the Rideau Canal. This is in, here's a picture. This is in Canada, and it says on September 29th, 1826, the Governor of Canada, the Earl of Dalhousie, turned the first sod for construction of the lowest lock on the Rideau Canal. Later that day, the participants gathered at Philemon Wright Taverns in Hull. They were indulged in a lavish dinner and drinking, blah, 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 before the work was taken underway. Today, the Rideau is a serene waterway conveying pleasure craft, but recreation was far from the minds of its creators. The canal was built to protect Canada from the American invasion. That threat became a reality during the War of 1812. What? And they built this in, okay, so they built this after to, oops, not a phone, to stop or repeat. But if you come down here, it basically says, just charting the proposed route proved challenging enough for the surveyors. They counted themselves lucky to get back alive. The arduous work was done almost entirely by hand. Barefooted men dug in the soil with picks and shovels and wheeled it away in hand barrows. To blast the rock, they had to drill holes with hand chisels, plugging them with gunpowder. Okay, so this was all built by hand. Blasting and felling trees was perilous work, but by far the greatest threat to the workers turned out to be something the Canadians associated only with the tropics: malaria. So not only were they digging it, making this by hand, but they're also, dealing with malaria. Men called it swamp fever, blah, 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 poor sanitation. How many men died is not known, but so many men were sick in the summer of 1828 that work had to be shut down for weeks on end. Blah, blah, blah. The nauseous air was like that of a cadaverous animal. Oh, my God. And then it says, since the local population was too small in which to find labourers, Colonel Boullée had to bring some 2,000 men from Ireland. Most of them stayed, giving the Ottawa Valley its distinctive Irish character. They were paid as little as 2 shillings a day. So that's the story, okay? This was built by hand. So what does it look like? Here's a bit of a picture. That's really small. That's, okay, let's go here. Here, this is it. This is the canal, okay? And this goes right through the middle. I think it's Ottawa. Sorry if I got that wrong, Canadians. As you can see, it's got bridges, buildings right up to old world buildings. Very wide. I mean, it's just ridiculous, right? All built by hand. Shovels, picks, hand wheelbarrows. Whoops. So I mean, it's huge. Now, I did see, where are the locks? Oh, here. So it does say in here that, whoops, where is it? When finished, the waterway included 47 masonry locks and 52 dams. Okay, and it took, the final touches were put on the canal in the winter of 1831 to 32. So 1832... Started 1826. Took 6 years to build this by hand, and it had 47 locks, masonry locks, and 52 dams. What do you think? Now, this is one just section of the locks, done by hand. Now, of course, they say it was dug out by hand and picks and blown up, but no mention of where all these big blocks, how were they all brought in? By hand as well, all this capping. And you can clearly see the edges of this canal. I should have saved some of these so I could zoom in, shouldn't I? But obviously they're masonry, right? They're big blocks. No talk about who brought that, all the other materials that you would need for the locks. They tell us that they're masonry locks, but they don't talk a lot about them. And these doors, because you can see the whole, look at this, it's all lined with stone. So who brought all this in? Were they putting that in their wheelbarrows too? And built in 6 years. Now, how long is this thing? Did it tell us? Oops. 29th triumphantly. Poor health. Doesn't tell us. Okay, so what's it called? Rideau Canal. Let's have a look. Oh, how long? "200 kilometers in 6 years." So what's that? 30 kilometers a year, just under, dug by hand. And this is the finished product. Look at this. All done by hand. People with bare feet, no less. And hand tools built this. And that's just one little part of 200 kilometers. There's another 50 dams or something. So what do you reckon, right? This is, and the thing is, Canada is Ottawa, I'm pretty sure. It's full. Look at all the old world buildings everywhere. It's full of them. It's got star forts, walled cities, the lot. And of course, in winter, they turn this canal into the largest ice rink in the world. But look at these buildings around it, all handmade. And of course, so 6 years, you have to understand, like, half of that would have been winter. Right? How are they going in winter with bare feet making this thing? That doesn't make sense. Here's another view. Now this, you can see, look how close this is to this building, and this is a very large building which would need large foundations. So obviously the story will be they built this and this was built afterward, but these would really have to be sort of probably built in unison. At least they would have to be built considering the other one, because it's just too close, right? Too close. Here's some more pictures with these more locks. These are probably all upgraded modern ones. But yeah, what do you think? All built by hand tools, people in bare feet. History of the canal. Is there anything interesting here? Not really. So there you go. What do you think about that? What a crock of shite. I agree. Yep, we can imagine and that's what we've got to do, right? Use our imagination. Get out of the fear and get into the imagination. It's quite a story. I know, right? And in the snow, in their bare feet with their shovels. Yeah, I know, right? We can't even make a road last 10 years with all the modern machinery and stuff. I agree. Always provoke thought. There you go. Was it Ottawa? I think it was Ottawa. I think it was. Jams. Thank you. Thank you very much. No privilege would make me work like a slave. No. And this is the other thing. This is where we are now, right? We all have this choice now. I mentioned before, Mr. Paul Cook. If you haven't heard of him, obviously go check out his channel. Doing great work, but he's decided he would rather do what he's doing. So he's chosen. He's going to make that work, and he's no longer doing his slave job. And we can all do this, no matter what it is. We've all got something that we enjoy and that we're good at. And at this point, when people are ready to change, So, I was talking to someone the other week. I can't remember who it was, but things even like radio stations. We need new radio stations. We need new movie production companies. If we're going to continue to make that kind of entertainment, we need everything new, because all the old stuff doesn't work. So we need all this new stuff, but we need also the things that are there to be, if they're going to stay, to be reimagined. So it's the time. Paul Bunyan, he built everything, man. And he cut down all the trees, naughty dude. Does that mean he's a fallen angel? I wonder. Was the population of the city at the time? Yeah. That's a very good point. I don't think it actually told me. I shall have a quick look. Okay, well, we can go 1826. Was it Ottawa? Gosh, let me find this out. 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. Rideau Canal. Rideau Canal. Ottawa. Okay, so Ottawa population, what was it? 1826. Okay, now I'm gonna have to share this screen. Okay, are you ready? What do you think? What do you think that? Okay, let's take guesses. What do you think the population of Ottawa was? 1826. Now they needed to build this canal for defence, and remember they said that they brought in 2,000 workers from Ireland to finish it, because all their natives died. Who would have thought it, working cold feet in the snow, apparently. Jethro, hey, how you doing? So what do you reckon? How many people were in Ottawa? All right, so Isabella is saying 5,000. Lady Lux, 2,568. Well, that is very specific. Did you Google that? Because that's not what I got. What I got when I smoogled it, population of Ottawa, 1,000. 1,000 people. Byton, later known as Ottawa, was founded in okay, so now it was founded. Okay, so now it was founded in the year that they decided to build this canal system. So obviously it was found, and they went, wow, what a nice canal system. Who wants to work barefoot to clear it out? Due to, it even says it here, it was founded in 1826, due to work being on the Rideau. Okay, so Ottawa became Ottawa and was built up because they needed to build the canal there. Population reached 1,000 as the canal was being finished in 1832. Okay, so it's not even. So basically, what that's telling us is in 1862 the population was. 26. Population was zero. Population zero. So there you go. Yeah, they moved in. So there was nothing there. The bush. They decided. This is the story. Apparently, they decided they need to build a massive 200-kilometer canal system with locks and dams, and that was to defend against the army. Now, how's that going to defend against an army? I don't know. They weren't particularly wide canals, and really, if all the army would have to do is bring boats, and the canal would actually help them, right? And there was no one there. So there you go. Population of zero. There you go. The stories they tell us, right? History. It's just his story. And then, yeah, exactly, right. Then they brought in 2,000 Irish, apparently. So literally, the first story, they're telling us pretty much everyone who went there died. What the hell? I mean, come on, right? Did they count the native otters? Probably. They would have had to convince someone they needed a canal like that. Nothing. Yeah, exactly. If you're talking families coming in, then the workforce is like 30% or something. Yes, those Irish taking those four-leaf clovers across the realm. I don't know, trying to call their what are they called at the end of rainbows? Those little green dudes. Sham. That's a sham. The sham rocks. There is a canal system to circumnavigate the USA interior. Is there really? Like a covered up one? I'll have to have a look. What a bunch of bull. We've been living in the USA since forever. Yeah, I mean, clearly. There's maps with Chicago on it where it's called Shalago. And then before that it was Shalaga. And before that it was called Norumbega. It's been inhabited for a long, long, long time. All right. Hello. Look it up. It. I know what it means. It means a thing. Where did those 2,000 Irish workers eat? So well, this is a thing, right? And it wasn't even a town apparently because they just moved there. It was just a bush camp. So where was all the food coming from? And through a Canadian winter, where was all the housing? Because you'd want somewhere warm to stay, right? Leprechauns. Is that what I meant? Are they at the end of the rainbow? Yes, they are leprechauns. They are. Got to wonder about the Indian reservations getting all that dollars if they were not the first. Yeah, right. Yeah. Exactly. And there's a big story there, and the Native Americans, they've got Asian DNA. We know this. And then there's a whole story of a slave trade that was happening in the 1500s from Indonesia. No, Philippines. The Philippines. How did you get up on the roof, Steve? Are you having a beverage up there? I don't know. But be careful because the roof might be on fire. Thank you very much. And I was going to mention as well, who did see, but I was going to mention it, but Mr. Levi did in his video yesterday, the Anne Hesh thing. Has anyone seen that video? That's just weird. If you haven't seen it, go and Google it or YouTube it. There's heaps of news reports. Very strange what's going on there. I mean, it's very strange. What's this? It is not fully open due to modern infrastructure, but sail clubs still wait what they can of. The actual. You're talking about the canal. Yes. Yeah, that's what they said. It's just now a pleasure river. But that's the other thing. Why would they put all this money and build this infrastructure and then render it unusable? I mean, doesn't that sound stupid? Because water's free energy, man. Free energy. Okay, are we talking about the same canal or is that the one in America? I'm confused. Ellen DeGeneres, yeah, exactly. She was with Ellen and she sort of ran away from Ellen and quite quickly, didn't she? And so what did she see? Apparently she also just did a movie that was sort of exposing all that kind of stuff. Exactly. You don't, and you could see her feet when she was in the bag and they were completely white. And then, then she sat up and apparently she'd been in a burning car for 40 minutes. Very strange. Sorry about this cough. Don't know what's going on. Do you think the Lord of the Rings architecture and storyline reflects Tarvaris? What's Tarvaris? I don't know what Tarvaris is. The architecture and the storyline. I mean, Tolkien had access to a lot of old books, as far as can work out. So he was basically, it's history. He was rewriting history, but presenting it as fantasy and fiction, which they love to do. Apparently Anne was working to, is that what it was? Yeah. I mean, and she probably learned about all that stuff from, her time with Ellen, right? Tartary, yeah, okay. Yeah, the Lord of the Rings, I mean, the word Tartary, we started calling it Tartary because that was a civilization that we'd clearly not been taught about, that they were hiding. But it just means the old world, that old technologically advanced civilization that they're trying to hide. And yeah, it all looks the same. The whole fairy tale kind of scene, that's classic sort of, old world Tartaria stuff. Who's really gross? The Ellen. I mean, I think Anne Hessie was okay, but Ellen, yeah, she's not good. Apparently she was driving a car down the road, drunk, smashed into a house. The car went literally inside the house, caught fire, then set the house on fire, and the 2-story house was burning up through the roof for over 40 minutes. And then they dragged her out. Well, they just walked out with a body bag that she was apparently in, and her feet were hanging out the end, and they were just normal. And then they went to put her in a fire truck, and she sat up out of the body bag without any soot or blackness. But I mean, if you're in a burning car inside a burning house for 40 minutes, you're dead from smoke inhalation, within 10 or 15 minutes, and you're horribly burnt. So it was just a very, very strange thing, because it doesn't make sense, because, whatever's going on, whether it was something to knock her off or something to maybe, save her, there's no, what was she even doing there? There's no reason for her to be there. It was just weird. Very strange. History is a mystery. That is indeed, right? History is his story, and the mystery is my story. That's what we got to work out. Here they will get torn down or burnt. Oh, Cheech McDuck. Scythian. Yeah, exactly. There's all different names. So that's, a lot of people go on about Tartaria, but it's just, that's the name of the hidden, civilization, which is what we are all researching. Hard to survive an impact. Yeah, exactly right. If just the impact would have done her in. E-region. Erigon, the E-region. Oh, that's a bit rude. Is that near the sacrum, or the sacred plant? The sacrum is your sacred place. She had a big list of, did she really? Okay. Well, see, this is the thing, right? And there's probably going to be more of this. Yeah. Very, very strange. Yes, tar. That's another one, tar. It was. We're literally, it was just, we're living on the old civilization. We know, right? Half of it's underground. Yeah, I know, right? Nancy Volker. Hello, how you going? Is that how I say that? Volker. Yeah, she sat up. Yeah, exactly. She sat up like, let me out, and they just kind of pushed her into this fire truck, and it should have been an ambulance. There was no ambulance people checking her. Very strange. Very, very strange. Yeah, okay, yeah. They said it was a burn bag, but yeah, she wasn't burnt. And they changed the story, like because it was sent out live. I think that's what happened, and I didn't think she was going to sit up. And they announced her dead in the live, and then later they said, no, she survived, and then she went to a coma, and then she died 2 days later. So they kind of changed the story as well. What was that? She wanted out, yeah. So hopefully that's what happened. Who knows, right? No, exactly right. Hollywood does not like to be exposed for who they are. We're talking about Anne Hesh. Is that Heshy? Who, I don't know, apparently passed, had a car crash a couple of weeks ago now, I think. And then, of course, they buried the story once it all sort of went south. The new Lotta series has Targaryens, really? God. Let me guess. They're all... Are you sure they're not called Transgerians? I've heard the new Lotta series is a bit like that. Transgerians with purple and green hair. Perhaps her story is true because girls don't lie. Ooh. Indeed. Tracy Lee, how you going? Yes. What are we? An hour and a half in, so I'll just read a few more comments. I sort of showed everything that I want. No. I have something else I can show. Check out this. I've got three things. So first of all...
So I wanted to talk about why we were pushed into using iron and steel gardening tools. Now this is really important because iron and steel basically going into the soil changes the magnetism of the soil, diminishing it so that it actually dries out quicker. So you have to pour more water to try to hydrate it, and also strips the nutrients out of the soil as well too. Victor Schauberger proved all this in the 1930s and 1940s when he created the brass and copper plow that he used to boost his yields, because he learned that when you take copper or brass and place it right into the soil, it'll slide basically right in, versus if you take iron and you try to place it into the soil, it'll almost be like you have some resistance against it trying to push it in. So it's interesting because they gave us tools which are actually more work than if we were to use the tools of brass and copper, so we could do less work. And then, you know, the thing is if we use the technology correctly, we could be harnessing so much food. Also,
just road. So there you go. I think the problem is with those people who were digging the canal, the reason they just needed brass and copper tools, and they could have done it quicker and they wouldn't have died. Now this one, guys, you've all got to stare at the screen. This is quite cool. Check this out.
Your mind has been lying to you. Check this out.
Keep staring at the black dot in the center of the image and I'll explain how your brain lies to you and constantly makes things up. As you keep focusing on the black dot, the cone cells in your retina become desensitized to the colors you can see. As it tones down the oranges and purples, it will tone up the colors that are complementary to these. So when I change the image to black and white, your brain will fill in the gaps with these complementary colors to maintain the illusion of normality. Life is a lie.
All right, who saw color? Who saw color? Is it black and white?
Your mind has been lying to you. Check this out.
Keep staring at the black dot in the center of the image and I'll explain how your brain lies to you and constantly makes things up. As you keep focusing on the black dot, the cone cells in your retina become desensitized to the colors you can see. As it tones down the oranges and purples, it will tone up the colors that are complementary to these. So when I change the image to black and white, your brain will fill in the gaps with these complementary colors to maintain the illusion of normality.
Oh, I can't pause it. Sorry, I was trying to pause it on the black and white. But yeah, when he changes it and it goes all green, it's actually just gone black and white. And here's our final little video. This one is bizarre. Just have a look at this.
I love you. Shakira. A little bit. Down. Down. What the hell? Oh my god. How are you doing that? Oh my god.
What do you think of that one? Hey? I think that that's what we call a light worker. So yeah, what do you think of that? And you know, it's very interesting because you can get a light bulb and you can get, what do you get, like an iron nail and wrap copper around it and touch it on the light bulb and it'll work. We've got iron in our blood. Is there something, that's probably possible? I mean, I don't think it's fake. And yeah, I mean, we've all seen Tesla, right? Someone mentioned, Tesla, sitting in the Faraday cage, right, holding the light bulb that's on. So there you go. I thought that was pretty cool. Is that rising vibrations, right? Is this what we've all got to look forward to? Free, imagine if we were the free energy. Who knows? We just don't know. Oh, did Richie just pop in? I see someone saying hello to the treehouse. Oh, there he is. Hello. How you going, Rich? Of course, if you haven't already, go check Magic Treehouse. Give them a like, a subscribe. They are working on setting up an off-grid community in Ecuador. That didn't work. That's so rad. We are free energy. We are free energy. Me that baby. Yeah, I know, right? Well, I'm just saying, if you do have a baby and live in the UK, you may have options. Hold a fluorescent light tube under a hot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Fluorescents are quite easy. Even those what are they called, the big zappy ball things that I want to call a tesseract, which isn't. Those as well. So there's energy everywhere. Right? Everything's fields. It's not waves. Everything's fields. Hello, Dragon Sage. Dragonfly. There you go. Lots of dragons. Have a link to the light bulb vid. I don't, but what I can do is I can upload them to Telegram, and that way you'll be able to download them. So I don't even know. I just randomly found them on the CCP's app, shall we call it? But yeah, I'll post them on Telegram. And I'm trying to get into the habit of posting sort of all the pictures from the shows on Telegram and stuff. I'm getting there. I need a PA, and anyone want to be my PA for free, let me know. Oh, by the way, as well, you will find there's an email below in the description. And of course, I am notoriously hard to get hold of because I haven't been able to, I just don't have the time to get back to everyone. But now, to join now is helping me out with email. There's an email you can write to, and now I've got some help. They will all be read and sorted. And yes, I'm contactable. Shauna, how you going? Welcome. Little Whiskey is the man. There you go. Population control. Even if everyone knew babies could do that, we'd be popular. Yeah, right. Exactly. Good point. That's the whole left agenda, right? They just don't want these little free energy machines crawling around the house. I, said the three-eyed pirate. Blessings to you. Oh, thank you very much, James. Blessings to you too. Hope you're having a great day. We're just getting near the end. I've been going an hour. Oh my God, how does that happen? An hour 45. Eddie Hooper from England. Hello. How are you doing? Dragon, is it a mass? Oh. Dragon, is it a mass being dragged along? It's just a dragon. Yeah, okay. Well, dragons, we don't. Yeah, there's so many things. I used to think dragons were dinosaurs, right? I just figured that, yeah, these bones were were dragons, and not dinosaurs. But now, of course, we have all the correlations with plasma and plasma in the sky and things like that. Were they dragons? It's hard to know. White Dragon Riders of Sophia. Nice. Oh, I rock as well. Yes, to Joy now. She does rock. She is the email rockiest person. Logic Before Authority has a video with an old man who is catching UAP on film, moves 2,000 miles per hour. Is that the one where it's like he's under a tree and it comes right up over the tree and then just sort of zaps away? Because I've seen that one. That's pretty, but it's hard to know, what. It's so hard to know what's true, right? What's real and what's not. We know that they've got, You know, it's like they had holograms, right, of Michael Jackson and Tupac 20 years ago, you know, performing on stage. So what can they do now? And then also, what was it? That girl did a duet with her dead father. I can't remember the names. Unforgettable, is that the song? But yeah, so and that was all 20 years ago they were doing that kind of stuff. So we don't know what they've got. Oz, how you going? Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for being here. Oh, Jethro, yes, he's going to be in Brisbane. I'm going to be in Brisbane. Are you going to be in Brisbane? That is the question. Tickets available. Tartaria, Australia.com. There should be links below. And of course, Dale is going to be joining us, Dale Holmes and Kelly and JCK. And we're going to be doing a show very soon with all four of us on there, ranting and raving. Miles Phillips, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it all. 46, all right. I'm trying to see if there's a good time to stop on, but 146 is not that good, is it? And I don't want to wait to 222, way too long. 3 dragons, there's another dragon. Oh, sorry for the dragon I missed. And an elf, LVK. Let's see more giant architecture. More, I will be back next Monday with more for you. And I'm going to, you'll probably notice I've been doing cuts of the lives because I was getting a lot of comments saying everything's too long. So there are cuts going up, but I'm writing live on them. So, you know, you don't, well, actually, you should watch them all. You should watch it as well. Watch the cut and the full, but you don't have to. But I'm going to start getting some more unique content. Is that the word? Up. I've actually got heaps I'm working on. I've got a lot going on at the moment, so I'm getting there. Can I fly Cheech out from England? I'm sorry. Can you fly me to England? No, we can't. So yeah, anyone who does want to help with the channel, I do have a few little jobs that need done. Email below. Let to join now know, and she will let me know. Your messages will be passed on. And of course, I'm going to be doing a live every Monday, every Tuesday. There'll be another live with Third Eye, Science Guy without the bow tie. And that's normally like petroglyphy type stuff, you know, Wall of Tartaria or Free Energy. Wednesday, I'm going to be releasing a video. Thursday is Tartaria Australia, and Friday I've got interviews. Didn't get one last week, we had a cancellation, but I've got the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks organized. So as well, if you want to, you know, if you're interested, if you've got a channel and you want to get on the show, have an interview, you can also email me, let me know, or if you want me to come on your channel, that's again what the email's for. So it's all down there, and of course there's links down there for all my other links and all that kind of cool stuff. So there you go. What I will do is try and be really cool and play something cool as we go out. So thank you all for joining me. Have an amazing day, night, morning, afternoon, wherever you may be on the realm. And I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully around 11, but it may be at Bernie time. But we'll be back live tomorrow with another live show. So stay awesome, and I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.
Being autodidactic, the self-educated on what's actually out there.
He's trying to rediscover, research, remember. With what's gone on in the last few years, it's like, can we really trust the information we've been given about anything? You know, if they're not going to tell us what's good for us, for our mental and physical well-being, then why would they tell us the truth about where we came from? You know, because that's the biggest thing, is people don't want to believe they've been lied to. You know, obviously no one wants to be lied to. And then the next bit after that is, they would never do that to us. You know, the government loves us, but does it really? Because we trust the science. Like literally, they put on the front for us on their Tell Live Vision, where they have their cast and they do a broadcast from Hollywood with their little holly wands, but it's just a front, right? Just like they'd put on the buildings, it's just a front.
We used their foundations and then covered it with a facade. Catastrophism used to be taught in higher education as the geology. It wasn't the crustal displacement theory, it was catastrophism, and that there was many resets. So we're just starting to put the pictures back together and the maps and trying to add everything up because so much has been deleted.
Tartaria. Where did it come from? What's the real story?
It seems like, and there's a lot of, debate about the word Tartaria, and of course, we use it because, it's a topic, that's a word that people know, but it's the old world. But the more we look into this, Tartaria, basically in the old encyclopedia says it was basically the whole northern hemisphere at one point. So it seems that it was not a country as we think of them, but more of a civilization, I guess, where there was independent countries, but they were all sharing the same information and technology and working together. Yeah, and then basically over time, during catastrophes, it got broken apart, and those people who like to take advantage, shall we say, sort of jumped in and stole it all.
It's the same civilization, that same Slavic civilization and technology and whatnot, or group that later was Tartaria and then, I guess, broke apart. It would have been right before the World Wars, right? That would have been the last remnants being wiped out.
The censorship that we see now, that's a book burning. That's just the book burning, but done on the internet.
Burn it.
Time. And the calendars and the dates, they're always flipping calendars around, right? From Julian to Gregorian. We talked about the Slavic calendar being, in the year 7000. We know that Judaism is in the year 5000 somewhere. All these different dates, and we're told we're in the year 2022. But are we? And what does it even mean? Right? How can we be in the year 2022 if someone else is in the year 5000 and something, and someone else is in the year 7000, right?
Right, the grand cycle, and why so many ancient civilizations paid so much attention to it, and measuring the megalithic structures that have lasted throughout all of time. That's the grand celestial calendar to this day. And it's why they're trying to have this great reset yet again right now, because everybody's waking up, so they want to try to erase it all over again.
Don't ever try this at home.